Hey, it's Dr. John Terry with the International Martial Arts Council of America. Welcome to another installment of Martial Arts Business Mastery. Now, in each and every one of these episodes, we want to continually introduce you to the 6 business success essentials as we walk through this ongoing series of business development for martial arts school owners and instructors. This week, we're talking about the vulnerability advantage, and as a teacher, why it's important that you too own it when you make a mistake. Now, I want you to think about this. Perfectionism is a myth. I don't care if you've been practicing for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, 60 years, or more in the martial arts. Perfection is something we will never, ever achieve. The best that we can achieve is excellence because perfectionism is a myth. But if we push perfectionism in the way that we teach our class, it only creates distance between ourselves and our students because they know they're not perfect. They don't feel like they can ever be perfect. And if they're striving for perfection, that is ultimately a recipe for disaster. Because when teachers make a mistake and our students see it, when we own that mistake and we admit it, we're showing our students that we're still human and we can still learn from our mistakes and strive to get a little bit better. And as many times as we've done our forms, as many times as we've done our patterns, as many times as we've done a drill, on occasion, we're going to slip up. Admitting that and owning that and doing that in front of our students can have some incredible value to helping those students understand it's okay to make a mistake. Here's the truth I want you to understand. You as an instructor have to model the behavior that you want from your students. And if you want them to be honest, if you want them to have an opportunity to own their mistakes so they can learn from them, it has to start with you. So here's what you need to know. When you own your mistakes, what are we doing? We are reminding our parents that they too, as they make mistakes, need to address it and own it because in the home, the parents are the senseis of the household. So through instructor credibility of you owning your mistakes, we are being a role model to parents, not just the students in the classroom. We are teaching effective leadership because for a leader, they own the successes, they own the wins, they own the losses, and they own the failures. And when we make a mistake, that is a failure in that moment. It doesn't make us a failure, but we have failed in that moment to execute a technique properly. When we own it, we create an emotionally safe place because now our students don't feel afraid to speak up and say, I messed that up. May I start again? When we do that, we're building character and we're teaching a long-term mastery mindset. For our students, what does it do for them? It gives them confidence and they can feel capable that they can continue to try. They can continue to learn. We're not pursuing perfection. We're pursuing being the very best that we can be today, knowing that as we continue to practice and we continue to hone our skill, we're going to get better. The pursuit is excellence, not perfection. And when we own our mistakes in front of our students and they see that we're not embarrassed as a black belt making a mistake, it helps them not to be embarrassed when they too make a mistake. And that allows us to take those mistakes when they happen, those failures in the moment, and turn those into opportunities for growth and opportunities to master that skill that they're working on. It gives us as instructors the opportunity to adjust in real time. As our students are going through and they're learning, especially in the younger ranks, they're going to sometimes get frustrated as they're trying to learn new material and they can't quite yet master those movements and those techniques yet. As a result of that, they may hesitate or they may shut down. This is going to allow us to shift the language, the conversation the student is having with themselves when they're telling themselves, I just can't do this and I want to quit. You get an opportunity to be the savior. You get an opportunity to be the hero. You get an opportunity to bring emotional safety to the moment and shift the language from, you can do this. You made a mistake. I've made the same mistake. Here's how I overcame it. We're shifting the language from negative to positive. And we get an opportunity to tailor that in the moment when we see our students make a mistake. We can see it in their body language, or maybe they don't realize they're making a mistake because they're doing the best they can and they haven't mastered the technique enough to understand what is proper and what is not. So, what's our action plan? We want to practice the visible growth rule. We want to acknowledge mistakes in real time. When that error happens, we want to say it out loud, but not in a harmful, hurtful way, and let's correct it immediately before moving on. So if the students are learning a new technique and they do it wrong, it's a simple way to say, hey, not quite the way we want it. Can we do it this way? Give them an opportunity to see they're doing okay. Let's see if we can add this to it to make it better so that we strive for excellence as we continue to move forward. We want to verbally walk students through what they need to change and why they need to change it, but do it in a positive manner, not in a criticizing or angry or hurtful opportunity measure. We want to use mistakes as teaching moments. You got to remember, the goal is not perfection, it's excellence. What we want to do is focus on excellence because that allows us to build credibility. It allows us to model the trust that we want to instill in our students that it's okay to own your mistake and use it as an opportunity to get better. That demonstrates growth through leadership. Again, another way that we can have an action plan to do this is to have a leadership reset. What do you do in the event something goes wrong? Let's say you're teaching class and you look and you notice that there is no energy or low energy in the class. So own it. Own that you've missed it in that drill, whatever it may be, and see what you can do to elevate the energy. When they see you owning the fact that the class isn't as high energy because maybe you're not bringing the energy to it and you own it, they're going to give a little bit more as well. Now, if someone is making a mistake during a basic combo, call it out. Hey, Jimmy, not quite correct. Rather than holding your hand at a 90-degree angle, do it at a 45. Make sure that you're bringing your hand all the way back into the chamber and you're extending that fist all the way out. Make sure the knee comes up and you're extending the foot all the way out and pronate those toes so that you're striking with the ball of the foot. Reinforce learning over perfection. Now, maybe you've got a high energy class going on, so this can become a fix and flow drill. So as you're going through and doing something, you demonstrate a correction mid-form, but you do it in a way that you're not stopping momentum. Everybody's doing a kick and you see 2 or 3 that are doing it wrong, then in the middle of the correction say, I want everybody to focus on this. Bring that knee a little bit higher, extend that foot a little bit faster, take the stance a little bit deeper, keep the energy moving in the combination, making corrections and asking everybody in the group to do it. And when you do that, those that are missing it will get it, and those that are doing it right are going to lean in and make a focus on doing even better. Now, another way you can do this is to do a focus flow drill. Using a growth mindset that where you say, okay, let's do this. And you start doing a sensei says, and you see somebody not quite doing it right. Okay, sensei says, stop doing it this way. Let's do it this way. And as a result of that, you as an instructor are going to intentionally self-correct one technique for each drill. So maybe you make the mistake on purpose and then fix it and own the mistake so they can see that making a mistake is okay. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed this week's teaching. For more tips, more tools, more insights, and more resources, you can visit us at shihanuniversity.com. This is our online portal for martial arts school owners and instructors to get the resources they need to up-level their martial arts business. And by the way, if you're not a member of our association, we'd love to have you join us. We are the Independent Martial Arts Association for the martial arts entrepreneur. And on behalf of all of us here at IMAC USA, I'm Dr. John Terry. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.